Kia ora listeners, let's learn sumo. I'm Clayton. Welcome to the podcast. You can join me on X and Instagram and even YouTube where this is restreamed. There are some video episodes there. More to come, so you can drop me a message or a comment on any of those platforms. If you like my content, you can donate to my Kimboshi fund, help pay for a few of the subscriptions to keep the channel going. The Buy Me a Coffee link is in the comments, or you can just enjoy the pod. Bit of trivia to start the day. Young sumo, they can only carry bags that are made of simple fabrics, cotton, those sort of things, and including their yukatas they must wear. They're not allowed to carry, fashionable bags, leather bags, things like that. They must be very simple affairs in the lower divisions. Certainly if they make it to Sanyaku, those rules change, but even the senior sumo, apparently they must now wear their yukatas even when being interviewed and appearing on social media. So no more sweaty, shirtless wrestlers after training, apparently. Anyway, let's move on to Nakabi Sunday, day 8 of the January Hatsu Grand Sumo Tournament, live from the Kokugikan in Tokyo, Japan, the National Sumo Stadium. It is a special day known as Tanman Ozumo, a day where the emperor views sumo. Japanese Emperor Naruhito, Empress Masako, and their daughter Princess Aiko attended the sumo today. This is the first time the emperor and his family have attended sumo since 2020. There are videos I've posted on my X account, reposted. If you have a look, I'm sure you will see hundreds of reposts of those things. Of interest is that Princess Aiko, who attended sumo first when she was about 4 years old, she's attended a number of times since. She's apparently a bit of a sumo fan, so she quite enjoys it. It'd be fascinating to know who her favourite rishi are. So the royal family viewed the sumo shogunate from Fujinakawa's fight. The crowd was very appreciative. And it's a good day for sumo for them, although the JSA chairman, Hakaku, may not think that our Sanyaku performed so well. More on that later. The royal box is on the north side, facing the Gyoji, as is historically accurate, and all the surrounding seats, of course, are full of officials and security to ensure the safety of the royal family. Empress Masako, she wore a very light blush pink kimono, while Princess Aiko wore a richer coloured pink kimono. The emperor, of course, wore a dark suit and tie. You might wonder why this is a big deal. Well, the royal family culturally, spiritually, religiously is deeply enmeshed in the Shinto religion, as is sumo. Thus, you may have heard me refer to sumo as the shogunate. They are a cultural leftover of the shogunate of Japan, and they are deeply enmeshed in the Shinto religion. The dohyo, of course, is consecrated by Shinto priests. So sumo, and certainly the upper ranks of the Sanyaku, are considered shogunate nobles. So let's have a look at day 8 action and see how our shogunate noble sumo fared. The JSA chairman, Hakaku, he looked super unimpressed at the end. And here is the spoiler. Both Yokozunas lost in front of the emperor tonight. His face said it all at the end. Onosato versus Hakano Fuji. Well, look, it was a massive touchy-eye by Hakano Fuji. Has he got a hand inside on the left and a hand on the right on Onosato's chest? He lifted him and blasted Onosato back and out of the ring. An amazing performance by Hakano Fuji. Surely Onosato has some form of injury. I've not seen him blasted like that out of the ring. Obviously, they didn't wish to go Kyujo before the Emperor's attendance. It was that important. I would perhaps expect maybe a Kyujo from Onosato in the next day or two if he is truly having an injury issue. Hoshoryu, he faced Megashira 4, former Sekiwake, Daisho. He's injured. Apparently it's flared up again. He was struggling for a win all week. It was a good touchy eye. Hoshoryu got up under Daisho's arm, but Daisho did a retreat, pulled, and Hoshoryu chased him, but Hoshoryu's feet were way behind. As Daisho retreated, Daisho slapped him down as he went past over the bales. Kimboshi for both Daisho and Hakano Fuji, as they are not in Sanyaku, so they get the extra gold star, the pay rise, and a little retirement bonus. Look, this was an impatient and unbalanced effort by Hoshoryu, who just got too far in front of his feet. His footwork was just awful. His shoulders were so far forward, I'm surprised he even made it to the bales. 6 and 2, both Yokozunas. Ozeki Korizakura, he faced Oho. Look, this is a bit of an inexplicable loss for Korizakura. Korizakura's been doing okay this week. He got a double inside body grip on Oho, but Oho pushed forward, and for some reason Korizakura gave up the grip and Oho just pushed him back and over. They weigh about the same sort of mark, so it's not a big weight difference, but it just looked like Korizakura, something had happened, maybe an injury, and back he went Yorakiri. 5 and 3, Korizakura. Fight of the night next, Kirishima versus Aonishiki. It was a mata by Aonishiki. Kirishima, though, he wanted to slow it down. The last two fights that he's had with Aonishiki have been furious affairs, super fast, ended in a Koredashi rear pushouts by Aonishiki over Kirishima. So obviously, I think the tactic tonight was to get in, get hold, slow the whole thing down. It was a good touchy-eye. Kirishima got a left inside and used it to raise Aonishiki's arm right up on the right-hand side. Then he got in the body on the right-hand side as well. He pushed Aonishiki back, but Aonishiki, he knew he was stuck, he was caught. He pivoted fast within that grip, but Kirishima was driving forwards. He got a hand on the back of Aonishiki's belt on the right-hand side and used it to push him over the bales. The effort that Aonishiki tried to escape from Kirishima could only be described as desperate and furious. That is the reason that Kirishima is the technician. That was a fantastic tactic. Now, if you remember, go back to Oho and his fight early in the week, he did exactly the same thing. He got under Aonishiki's arm, lifted it up, put him slightly off balance to the side. So really, obviously, Kirishima watched that and decided that was the technique to do. Kirishima, 7 and 1 in the lead. Aonishiki, 6 and 2. Komusubi Takayasu, he stayed in the race with a fight against Ichi Yamamoto. Good touchy eye. Ichi Yamamoto tried to go driving, but Takayasu, he got under Ichi Yamamoto's arm, and as Ichi went backwards, he kind of slippy atoshied really, as Takayasu slapped him down. I don't know there was much slapping down. I think it was more Ichi going down himself. 6 and 2 Takayasu, 1 and 7 Ichi Yamamoto. Yoshino Fuji, he faced Wakamoto Haru and found out that left inside grip is deadly. Good touchy eye. Wakamoto Haru got that left inside grip first. Yoshino Fuji got himself a left inside grip as well, but Wakamoto Haru, he then drove with the outside belt grip, and Yoshino Fuji went over the bales and down he went. Yoshino Fuji's elbow hit first. Yori Tayoshi, win for Wakamoto Haru. No mono E required there, right in front of the Shimpan judge. 4 and 4, Yoshino Fuji. Look, that score does not reflect how well he's wrestled this week so far. Wakataka Kage beat Ura at his own game, I should say. Super low touchy-eyed by both of them, as Wakataka Kage went really low. Ura tried to grab Wakataka Kage's arm as he was pushing him backwards, but it was all too late. Ura goes backwards over the bales. Oshidashi, 1 and 7. Ura's pig of a week continues. Wakataka Kage, look, going okay. Bit of work to do. 4 and 4. Atami Fuji stayed in the race, win over former leader Oshoma. It was pretty good sumo. Touch eye went well. Atami Fuji just fired out, started Oshi pushing and drove Oshoma back and over. He had no real answer there. Atami Fuji 6 and 2. Oshoma falling back now into the pack, 5 and 3. Fujinokawa, he's still in the race with a win over Tamawashi. He got a double inside with a left on the belt and then worked Tamawashi to the bales, turned him over with an inside belt grip. Shitatanage, win for him, 6 and 2. Fujinokawa, 2 and 6 Tamawashi. A big dirty henker by Kimbozan over Onakatsu. Look, that's not unexpected. Onakatsu's got a couple of recent wins over Kimbozan, and that was a pretty good option for Kimbozan to take him out of that really fast touchy-eye fight. Hiradumi, he got a good Yorikiri win over Goniyama. 5-3 Hiradumi there. And our other leader, Abe, he is well in the fight with a win over Toki Hayate. Expect him to move up the Bansuke. Now he is 7-1 and in the joint lead with Kirishima. Good fight for Midori, Fuji and Roga tonight. He had to work for it, but in the end he got on the belt and forced Roga, much bigger Roga, over the bales Yorikiri. 3-5 with a bit of work to do there for him. Shishi, he's in the race 6-2 with a win over Asahi Koryu. He will find himself going up the list. Also, that's it for day 8. A very special day 8. Our leaders, Kirishima and Abe on 7-1. 6-2 has Hoshoryu, Onosato, Aonishiki, Takayasu, Atami Fuji, Shishi, and Oshumi, all the way down the bottom of the Bansuke. So that is interesting. Join me again, folks. Hakioi, let's learn sumo.